great-granddad Bob fought in the World War, and it's like I'm proud to be standing where he was 100 years ago, and the things that I've seen is spine-chillingly amazing, and like it's unreal.
In more than 40 countries, there are traditions of Global Peace Games initiative from the United Nations to raise the profile of peace through sport. The Flanders Global Peace Games were inspired by the Christmas Truces of 1914 and how those symbolic moments of First World War history relate to the contemporary mission of the National Children's Football Alliance.
Peace is a verb. Peace is the conclusion of some activities, of more mutual understanding, more social justice, also internationally, more cooperation internationally, and so on. So when we can promote that, this idea, it's important to do that when we remember the war, and to do that together with youth, because youth is. I am 67, so my future is in the past. But the youth are the governors of the world of tomorrow, so they must know that it is not impossible to promote peace, to promote good understanding between different peoples and so on, to know each other, to respect each other, and to cooperate with each other.
In partnership with the Peace Village Mazines, Belgium, the site of the 1914 Christmas Truces, the NCFA invited 20 young people from 4 schools to represent their country at Flanders Fields.
I was very excited to be finding out more about World War I. I felt very honoured that I'd been picked to do it over many other people who would have wanted to do.
And first I would like a British person to read the special message from Mr. Wilfried Lemke.
Global Peace Games for Children and Youth. As a special advisor to the Secretary General of the United Nations Office on Sport for Development and Peace, I am honoured to have an opportunity to welcome you to the 2014 Global Peace Games for Children and Youth.
Now we'll all go to the bicycle.
And when I heard it, that at the First World War the soldiers played football, at first I can't believe it, because it's unbelievable. But yeah, it gives me a completely other view to football.
The Global Peace Games gives young people the freedom to play the games and learn about conflict resolution in their own way. It provides young people with the opportunity to experience cross-cultural learning through cross-curricular activities. The Global Peace Games provide facilitators and teachers with the opportunity to engage young people in a range of subjects using sport as a vehicle. It also provides the opportunity for the English schools interested in twinning their playing fields with Flanders Peace Fields to select school ambassadors to represent their school through the Peace Fields project.
I think today, or the last 2 days, is very important about the communication. We have no referee, but we talk each other. And that's happened 100 years ago too, because there was no referee. They just talked goal or no goal, and yes, the communication is a big important thing.
Warm up, and we'll look at the technique of hitting the ball, and then we'll have a game. A very simple game, which everyone can understand.
They say that somewhere there will be someone that you relate to, even if it's like your second cousin. It's still like so surreal to think that they might have been one of those men that was slaughtered and never actually found. No matter the difference of opinions, there would always be a common ground that you need to understand and keep it. So remember what happened, but look on a positive respect and see how peace actually came from that.
Best part was the graffiti workshops, because I've never done it before and it was really good. It's about peace, so it's got all the alliances mixed together.
The Global Peace Games' ultimate aim to inspire peacemakers of the future and lay the foundations for an annual Young People's International event was an ambitious and rewarding pilot project. The Games clearly brought a diverse selection of young people together from Belgium, England and Germany.
So this site is very famous for 1918.
My family name, Van den Abile, but not just Schrijft. Dus maybe it's family, maybe not, I don't know. It's weird. You think van, wow, that's my name on that. Is my family? Is it someone else? It's weird.
I thought it was very moving because at the German one, I noticed that they was all buried together, and they wasn't individual, and maybe that's because they wasn't allies of the British and Belgians, whereas the British had their own individual gravestones.
I did connect with it because I would never have visited a place like that, because in England they wouldn't have anything like that, because 44,000 dead bodies in one area is just huge. So it made you think a lot about where you are and what you're doing here.
The Global Peace Games enabled all participants to express themselves, research their heritage and to take ownership for future years of commemoration. Many young people discovered a sense of remembrance and began to understand why it is important to older and future generations. Conversely, many mature people found the interaction with younger people refreshing and enlightening in terms of context and how sport can be a passage to peace.
I actually felt quite emotional going up there, but I didn't want to show that I was crying because I didn't want to get other people to get too upset, because I think we should remember them and be happy for them. But when I laid that wreath and it really kicked in that there still was going on now, and that it's just really sad, but I felt kind of really respectful laying a wreath down, and yeah.
Made me feel like a bit a bit sad for the people who weren't known that died. Their families won't know where their sons or fathers' graves are.
I think it's very, very important because my father said it's important to learn from your mistakes, and I think a war is the biggest mistake you can make. So especially for young people like us, it's important to recognize.
I think they deserve to go down in history as one of the things noted famously, because what they did that day was amazing, and you'd never see that again.
I was just thinking that could have been me, 100 years ago, that would have been. And I suppose it really surprises kind of everyone. It is pretty shocking finding out that now we take everything we have for granted, and they would have had none of that. They would have been fighting for their country.
I'm honoured to play at a field like this where many people did, and I'm sure there's footballers, professional footballers like Wayne Rooney, or people that haven't played here, people that they probably should.
1, 2, 3, 4. Kevin.
Many young people consider football and sport differently now that they have participated in the Global Peace Games. They found time to consider how they felt about sport in the context of the Christmas Truces and the role sport played in the First World War.
You can't trust people who've just been killing you. It's just a hard concept to take in, that they thought that it would be a good idea just to go on no man's land where they could have just been shot straight away. And whoever threw the ball out first and decided to make this happen, a bit crazy, to be honest.
I think it's a sport, and sport is something different than to wars. Sport is something you do with your mates and also with your enemies. I don't play football to think about the World War. I play football for fun.
But I think everyone can all connect with football because they can have fun and make bonds whilst doing it. The friends I make and the bonds I create, and it's going to be hard to say bye to them, but you know, I'll remember them forever.
Here's a nail for you. You will use, there's an assignment, one assignment where you can use the nail, all right? It will be clear when you're there. Good luck.
In essence, the Global Peace Games reached out to a generation and offered them the unique opportunity to discover their heritage at home, abroad, and make friends for life. Peacemakers for the future. For more information about how your school or sports club can get involved with the Peace Fields project, please contact www.childrensfootballalliance.com or call 01732 758 419.